should be live now.
Should.
Yep.
Should I check?
I am live right now.
Alright, should.
Okay, I'm going to quickly post a link to a host. Share Cockpit chat. Okay, so we're still in the cockpit. We've set the basics up here, and
Yep. And now MCU, I guess.
Cockpit. Yep. The next up is the init A. So
Yeah, I already switched to that.
You are having some troubles. Your controls on. I should just crash.
Watch as I do.
This is
So-
Yoda. We're just going to retry your controls now, and I'll do a quick startup then.
We have the OFP in front of us. I'm not going to load in from SimBrief, but I have the SimBrief OFP on the second monitor.
Okay.
So
Mine is working fine.
What we
Naturally,
filled in, what we have filled in right
he's the
now
one
is
that
Lima
crashed your
Charlie
controls.
to Lima Foxtrot Mike Lima. Is that correct for
Yes.
both of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Affirm.
Okay, so the cost index is empty and the cruise flight is empty as well.
Yep.
Exactly.
I'm going to the flight plan page and I'm going to scroll up. So the first waypoint is Lima Charlie,
Yeah.
Yes.
Ed,
Yep.
FAM2,
Yep. Yep.
Colon,
Yep.
Lanco, Diesel,
Yep.
Yep.
and then Lima
Yep.
Foxtrot Mike Lima.
Yes.
Confirm. Yep.
Exactly.
Perfect. Okay, so we're going back to the init A page, and we have to fill in the cost index, which is 26. We're going to fill in 26.
Oh, sorry.
Don't worry. Cost index 26. Clear that again. The cruise flight and the temperature. I don't know what the temperature is on the SimBrief, but I can see that according to our waypoints, our cruise flight altitude is flight level 350. I'm going to input that, and it will populate the temperature with the ISO temperature, minus 51 degrees. This is all we can fill in here. We have the alternative airport as well, which is LFBO, if I'm not mistaken. Yep.
TMT tracks in
LFBO. Alternate LFBO. There we go.
Confirm.
Next up is the flight plan. We're going back to the flight plan. We've went through the waypoints. I'm going to scroll up, clicking Lima Charlie, clicking on departure. Do you guys see the departures now?
Yeah. Confirm that. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I'm going to click on
35 right.
35 right. Yep. That should be populated. We are going to
Yep.
the first, the Lank 1 Golf. Is the SID? No, that was not the SID. The SID is Dogi 5.
Yeah, there's something strange happened with your controls.
Yes, Dogi 5
Nashu,
Lima.
your controls crash,
And the first
and when
waypoint
they connect
transition
back
is
on,
that is
you start controlling the plane.
Neded.
Yeah.
So 35
I
right,
see that.
Dogu 5 Lima, netted. I'm quickly
Confirm.
going to input that in Navigraph as well.
Sorry, did somebody call me then?
Yes, I'm telling you that Nashu just crashed your controls, and when you connect back, he starts controlling the airplane. I don't know how.
All right.
Right, so in the client list,
So we've done
he
that.
needs to give you back control.
Okay.
We're going to
It's,
review the
who's
routes
the
to
flyer?
make
You
sure
are,
that
you, Neil?
we have properly set up the.
Yes, now I'm me.
flight
I'm
plan?
just taking control
So
back
now,
again. But,
Yeah,
but
you-
when he just connect again, he just take control over the plane. I don't know how it happened.
Is he clicking on take control, or is he?
so
No,
I'm seeing
he's
that
a,
could potentially
as
cause
a
an issue
observer,
here, but,
and when he
um,
connects your controls
we're
back
gonna walk through
to
it.
my server, he start controlling the airplane, and I don't
Have you-
know.
Have you both got the same version of your controls?
Yes, we
And,
have.
and are you both on the same aircraft? Double check those details.
Okay. Now you can see everything that I do on the plane, but I don't know how. When he opens your control again and connect, he start controlling the airplane. I don't know how that happened.
I have no idea how that's happening, to be honest with you.
So we have
Yeah,
Lima
very
Charlie,
strange.
35 Romeo.
It's very strange. It looks like it's trying to your controls.
Confirm,
trying to
yes.
Take control.
Then USR,
USR.
D057
Check with Archer
Yankee.
to see if he knows. To be honest
Yes.
with you, I don't know why. I haven't come across that.
Dogo.
I think Archer has, to be honest with you.
Walkle.
Ferrec.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, right now, my plane is trying to fly
What's up,
through
brother?
the forest, nearby the airport.
How come I'm hearing the Unicom really loud?
It's
You might
just
want to
taxiing
change
through
the
the forest.
change the volume on TeamSpeak yourself, or
Oh, TeamSpeak, right?
yeah,
Okay, hang on.
or right click,
Or in the Windows audio mixer.
Yeah, go open the volume.
Oh,
of
is
the
it- will
audio
it-
mixer and just
hang on,
the
hang
volume
on.
of TeamSpeak.
Let's see where it is then. I've got, what have I got? An audio mixer.
You can right click on your bottom right.
Oh, there it is. It's okay, I found it. It's cool. It's all done.
Okay.
I didn't realise there was an extra fader for TeamSpeak. Okay,
Yeah.
So
cool.
we're
Sorry.
back in the flight plan.
Yep.
Something is off here.
Is it?
Well, for me it is. I'm gonna quickly set the range to. It doesn't want to do what I want. And I see an extra yellow line here. So Lima Charlie 35 right, then USR. Yeah, so something is off here. I'm gonna try and see if I can remove the user waypoint.
What is off? Oh, yeah.
Ah, there we go.
The USR.
Yeah.
I have to insert these. I'm gonna do it again. Set the departure 35 right.
Yes.
Set it to Dogu 5 Lima, and set the transition to netted. And then click insert.
Yep.
All right, now it's in there properly.
Oh, you didn't insert then.
No, I guess I did.
I guess.
So the first waypoint is Lima Charlie 35 right, then USR D057 Yankee, Dogub, Farak, Tonda, Neded, Van2, Colon, Lanco, D-Cell, and then Lima Foxtrot Mike Lima.
Confirm.
So
Oh, correct.
we still need to program the arrival, the start. We're going to do that once we are in the air.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. Okay. The I can turn on the constraints here.
I see Archer's plane in front of me.
Quickly go through it again. So the first constraint that we have is 1170 foot at USR
Okay.
and 5000 at D057 Yankee.
Yep. I see that.
Yes. Can I throw a question in at this point?
Go ahead.
You see at Farak, it says plus 720. I've noticed this. Why do you get some that are down really low? It seems I don't understand that.
That is.
I guess
plus-
that's flight level. No.
Yep.
Yeah, but you know, if you as a constraint, why are they suddenly saying? But I know it's not right. You wouldn't go from 6,000 at Dogub down to 720, would you?
No.
It's just something I've noticed when I've done this myself. You get these odd flight, these odd altitudes in, but I kind of ignore them, to be quite honest.
I'm going to write it down for you, and we're going to ask that to Tolstoy.
Yeah.
720.
I think it may just be a kind of bug in the system, but anyway.
I have no idea because we're already clear of the SID.
Yeah.
I believe, so
Yeah.
we don't have any constraints there. All right. So the next up is after the flight plan, we have the RadNav page. I'm going to click on the RadNav
Yes.
page, and we can see that we can enter a frequency. I'm going to enter the Malpensa VOR, which is 11335. This is a backup for me. If we're flying, I can always check the airport, Malpensa, and I can fly on a radio where we're heading.
Okay.
There is no radio on the chart. We are on a track of 358 degrees to D4.1 MMP, then turn left and intercept BLA R057 inbound to Dogub. So that is an actual airway. Yeah. All right, so that is set up. According to the chart, we have a transition level. We have a transition level of 6,000 feet. So we're just going to put in 6,000 feet since we have no cleared altitude by ATC, and the 6,000 gives us the transition altitude, which is when we switch to the standard pressure.
Okay.
Next up is
Understood.
the init B page. Init B. And then we have to input the 0 fuel weight and the block fuel. I still have to do the weights menu here, so I'm going to open up the weights and fuel page. I'm going to set 32% fuel, and I'm going to set 48% payload. If you guys would do the same.
Oh yeah.
I think I did that already. You need to go escape to do that, don't you?
No,
Yeah.
you can.
Oh,
if
do
you
it from
hover
the
mouse
top.
to
Yeah,
top
the
and
drop
click
down.
on the,
Yeah.
Click on the fuel page. And
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
32% should be synced by your controls, and the payload you have to manually set it to 48.
The payload to 48. Okay. 40.
That gives us a center of gravity of 16.63%.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is the
Yeah,
bal- the
confirm
balance
that.
point. All right. After we've done that, we can check the 0 fuel weight, which is, according to the SimRief, the 0 fuel weight is on the weights page. The 0 fuel weight is 59 tons. We're going to input 59. No, not. We're not. We're going to let the simulator decide that. 16.6. Yep. Going to input that. Our block fuel.
This is Yoda Team 4. Where we've got massive sync issues, so if you all want to
Is
sync off, and we'll catch up.
6.0, which is your block fuel, and we're going to check the calculated trip fuel 1.3, which is too low. The calculated trip fuel should be 2.2, but we're going to fill in the alternate first, which is 1.8. So
And that's all from SimBrief, right?
Yeah, 1.8 is
Yeah.
the amount of fuel, 1.8 tons, that we need to reach our alternate, if need be. Then we
Okay.
have the final reserve, which is the actual reserve fuel that we should still have when we land, which is 1 ton, 1.0. And let me see if I can change the trip fuel. I don't think we can, but we'll check it anyway, which is 2.2. No, it doesn't want to input that. All right, fine. Then we have a trip wind, which is minus 70, so we have a headwind. We have a headwind of minus 70 knots. Trip wind is head 70. All right.
Yeah.
That is the init B. If you check up the ECAM, the upper ECAM screen in the middle, my FOB fuel on board is 6020, 6,020 kilograms.
Confirm.
Confirm.
Perfect. Next up is the performance page, and we have to fill in the flaps. I'm going to go with flaps 1, and since our center of gravity is 16.6, and you can check the center of gravity on the thrust levers, the yellow line, and we can see that the CG of 17 is 2.5 up, so we're going to go with 2.6 up 2.6.
Where do you see that?
If you look at the thrust levers,
Yeah.
then you have on both sides, on the right and the left of the trim wheel, you have these yellow letters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
On the farmost outside, you have CG25, CG20, and CG 10.5 and 17. You see that?
Okay. Yeah.
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 So on the inside, you have 0, up 1, up 2, up 3.
Yeah.
So if
Down
we,
1,
if
down
we,
2. Yep.
Yeah, if we were to visualize, 17 is more than 2 and less than 3, so that's 2.5. And
Okay.
16 is below 17, so that gives us, let's say, up 2.6. So we're going to trim the airplane to 2.6 to compensate for the center of gravity.
And that's just for takeoff, is it?
No, that's for the entire flight.
For an overall, okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's going to trim
Yeah.
itself when we're actually in flight.
Yes, but that's
So
using that as a
this
kind
is-
of base.
I think most important is for takeoff. I don't
Yeah.
actually know in flight, but
Yeah.
because that will automatically trim itself back.
Yeah.
So where did you initially get that information from?
The
before you checked it there. Where? What?
Center of gravity. If you open up the
Oh,
fuel and the weight space,
yeah.
and you make the screen a little bit wider.
Yeah, what was it? I can't remember. I didn't write it down. 16.63.
Yep.
Okay. And then you looked at, so you called that 17. Is that what you're saying? No.
Yeah, because 17 is a number that's on the thrust lever. 16 is not.
Yeah.
On it. So I just
Right,
visualized.
17, so 17's right. It's 17. I'm just trying to. It's right at the top, isn't it? Yeah.
That's on the top. CG 10.5 and then 17. It's the last one with the yellow line.
Yeah.
So that is halfway between 2 and 3. So that's 2.5.
Yeah.
And 16 would be 2.6.
Okay, so all right, I'm with you. So if my centre of gravity was 20, I'd be down at between 1 up and 2 up, so 1.5 up possibly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
Well, I didn't know. That's something new I've learned about the data there. Cool.
And do we round up or down, or normally?
You have to do whatever you think is right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
There's no. I'm not a pilot either.
No.
You just have to figure out what it is and just wing it a little bit.
Okay.
And if there's 2 people, as long as they do it the same way.
Okay, so we have.
But shouldn't you go with 2 now?
No. No, because.
Because it's halfway.
Because 2 is between 17 and 20.
Yeah. And 17 is between 2 up and 3.
Okay, I see it now. All right. Yeah.
The lower the center of gravity weight, the more weight is in the front of the plane. If you move all the way to the back of the plane, the center of gravity will rise, and you want to trim down.
Yeah.
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 All right, so we've set the turbo horizontal stabilizer. The transition altitude on the perf page is from the actual SID chart, which is 6,000. I'm going to put in 6,000 there. And then we have filled in everything. We're going to take off with toga. So I'm not going to fill in the flex takeoff temperature. Next up is the V1 speed, which is 129. The VR speed, which is V rotate, which is 130. And the V2 speed, which is 134.
Okay.
Does that match with you guys?
Yes.
Yes.
The thrust reduction altitude is 2,220 feet. And the engine out acceleration is 2,220 feet.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Next up is the EFIS control panel, which is in front of us. We have to fill in the barometric pressure, which according to the latest METAR, I've written it down here. I'm going to go back to there. The latest METAR gives us a variable of 2 knots and 9 degrees Celsius and 3 degrees Celsius dew point. The QNH is 1011. I'm going to scroll back to 1011. The primary is set, and
sorry, what are we looking at?
The QNH.
Oh, okay,
the air pressure. So it's set to 1011.
Yep.
And below that, you have the ISI, which is the small backup, which shows.
Okay,
yeah. I'm going to scroll down on the big yellow white knob.
Pushing back from stand 107.
Then setting it to 1011
this
as well.
is Team 4.
This is our backup.
I see that.
We found the problem and we're just trying to resolve it now, but we will catch up.
The next one is turn on the flight director on the left side, and you can turn on your own flight director on the right side.
Yep.
Sounds like Yoda.
Yep.
And behave yourselves.
I'm going to put my ND selector, mode selector back to ARC, because I want to be on ARC mode, and I'm leaving it at 10 nautical miles. And after takeoff, I'm going to set it back to like 20 or 40 or 60 or whatever. I filled in an VOR frequency, so I'm going to turn on VOR 1,
Yoda,
which is the Malpensa VOR.
Is Malpensa the destination?
No, Malpensa is our departure.
Departure, okay.
Yep. Malpensa, Italy. The speed is managed, as you can see at the top with the dots, the dashes on the dot. The heading is managed. We've set the vertical speed mode, heading mode, vertical speed mode is not set. Altitude is 6,000 feet. I've guessed that because of the transition altitude, so I guess we're clear to 6,000 feet. And we have to be up at or above 6,000 feet at Dogub, so I think 6,000 is a good one for now. And the auto throttle push button is off.
Correct.
Next up is the instrument panels. The brightness, we've all adjusted that and it is all normal. Next up is the departure briefing. So the SID that we're going to departure, we're going to taxi to, I'm going to open up the taxi chart here real quick. So we are currently at stand 10, I'm not sure what it was.
102.
102. So that is stand 757. And you can't see it here, but you can't see it on this chart. No, that's not the one. This one, stand 793, I think, 764. Sounds about right. If we go back to the
How do you know that?
Well, because I know we're here right now, and if I compare that to the other chart, then
Oh, right.
we're
Okay.
on that actual stand.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if I go to the exterior view, there are no stand numbers here. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
So next up, if you look at my screen and you can see the Navigraph chart.
That you are doing something that you are taking control over the plane. I don't know how.
We're gonna. We
Say
don't
that
have to
again.
push back. We can taxi front. So we taxi
Every
to the
time
right,
your controls crash
and
we connect
can
back
go
together,
onto. We can go on to
somehow the control is being passed
taxiway
to
whiskey.
the Nacho, not for me.
Then we cross runway 35 left at
Who's the
Golf
pilot
Whiskey.
flying?
That's where
Me.
we're going to cross.
Did you
at
ask
Golf
Archer
Whiskey.
about it?
Then we follow on to Golf,
Not yet.
back
I'm trying
up,
to
and
rush
turn
this
right
so I can
on
join
Charlie,
you.
and
Yeah,
then
but
hold short of
ask
Charlie Alpha,
Archer, because I think
which
he had
is
a similar
runway 35
problem.
right.
Archer, are you there?
Yep.
You guys agree on that?
Yep.
Oh, he's on
That's
there.
what I mean
Yep.
about it.
All right. Okay, after that we take off from runway 35 right and we have a departure of SID of Dogo 5 Lima, which
Archer.
is up in the air. Our first constraint
Archer,
is
you there?
2,200 feet
No,
at
he's on mute.
4.1. Then we turn
the only
left,
thing
heading
I
towards
suggest is
237.
make sure
And
your
at
controls is like,
D25,
or close it down and restart. If you close it down
BLA,
and
we have to
restarted
be
it,
at 5,000 foot or above. We fly up until Dogub, where we have to be at
Yeah.
6,000 feet, and then we make a
I'm
turn
asking
to the
you-
left,
I-
facing south. We're
I'm
gonna
asking
go to
you,
the
Archer,
coast.
okay?
We have
right, okay.
no speed constraints on the SID, but since we are below 10,000 feet, we have to stay at or below 250 knots.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a speed limit. Nope, I don't see a speed limit. That is nice. All right. The initial cleared altitude is 6,000 feet, and the transition altitude is 6,000 feet as well. The performance
Okay.
page shows us that we have a V1 speed of 129, a V rotate of 130, and
I was summoned.
yep, okay. The expected taxi route
yeah,
has been
it's Yoda here. Neil's got a
done.
problem where your controls
we have no
is
mountains
being taken
in the way.
overridden by
We have
the
clear skies.
pilot
It
monitoring
seems that we
for
have
some
no
reason.
clouds and
Have
the
you had that
temperatures
before?
are
I
good,
thought
so
you
we're
did.
going to take off
You
without
need to go.
anti-ice.
Whoever's the pilot monitoring, if you go into your settings and make sure Neo has control, so it should say.
Could you start the
give
APU
control.
there, Nico?
Yes.
Who's your pilot monitoring, Neo?
It's Nashu, but when we crash and you connect back together,
APU master
we have
on.
this issue.
Alright.
Nashu is starting controlling the plane. I
Then
don't
we're
know
going
how.
to. Did you turn on the APU starter as well?
Yep.
Perfect. So we're looking at the lower ECAM,
Yep.
which is the APU screen, and we can see the APU screen. We can see that the flap
Yes.
is open.
It's moving.
The EGT is rising. The N percentage is rising as well. We're just going to wait for that to become available.
yeah.
Then we can turn on the
The only way
bleed,
to fix it is by giving them control.
which will give us a pressure of
it's gonna get
35
overridden
psi.
if they have the control.
Okay.
But I didn't give control. When you connect back to my server, he gains control.
Yeah, I think it's a bug.
There should be a setting that when you join, you automatically become an observer, and you set it before you join. Did you try that?
Where is that option?
Okay,
I
it's
seem to
available for
remember
me.
that before you connect to someone, there is an
If
option
you bleed is on.
there to
Perfect. Now we can see that the valve
join
is
as
open.
observer or something
And
similar to that.
We have
Yes, I
APUs
saw that.
available, so you can turn
You can
off
only
the
do that when
external
you're not
power.
connected to a server then.
Yeah,
So
yes.
power is
before
off.
that, yep.
Should be the problem.
All right, next up is the before start checklist. Cockpit preparation.
Nash, you can.
So, Nico, you have to complete every question that I ask, and on the right side of the checklist. So
Yeah.
if I ask for the cockpit preparation, you can say complete.
Complete.
Departure briefing.
Complete.
Passenger signs.
Or on, I think.
Yep, they're on.
Seatbelts on, yeah.
Yep. Fuel quantity, which is the FOB.
Fuel quantity.
On the operator.
6020 kilograms.
Barometric pressure.
1011.
And the backup.
Backup is at 1011.
Perfect. All right, that is until the line. Next up would be to obtain the pushback clearance, but we're not going to push back here. Are we? Yeah, we are, because I have vehicles in front of me, so we have to push back. You're
Yeah, I have.
Yep.
Same.
So I'm going to open up pushback helper here. Yep, perfect. Okay.
Alright, pushback clearance obtained.
Yep. APU bleed
Is on.
doors and doors. If you click on the ECAM
That's-
door page,
Doors.
yep, they're all closed. Otherwise, they
All
would be
green?
filled in green. I will lock the cockpit door. Okay.
Okay.
Anti-skid and nose wheel steering. That has to be off since we are pushing back. Perfect.
Off.
Okay. Beacon. Since we are going to start the engine, the beacon light has to come on.
Beacon is on.
All right. Thrust levers
At idle.
and the parking brake.
Come on. Which of you?
The parking brake is set.
Yeah.
See it?
Okay, I got it. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to
Team
connect
6
the
taxiing to runway 35 right.
Right.
All right. Tug connected.
That's you.
Team
Say
1
again?
to Unicom, pushing back. So the tug is connected, and I'm going to push back. And I can release the parking brake. Could you start engine number 2?
Team 1 to Unicom, it's
Yes.
Team 6. We're just taxiing behind you and clear in about 20 seconds.
Team 1 to Unicom, we are waiting pushback for you to pass.
Thank you.
So, yep. If you can look behind us, we have an airplane crossing behind us, so we have to wait with pushing back.
Oh yeah, I see that.
All right. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
already
I
starting in
can't. See.
No, because you're on a different server.
Yeah, I'm
There's
different
no-
server. I know. Yeah, yeah. It's a bit lonely being in the jump seat.
Yep.
Should I stream for you or?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
So you can monitor the engine page there and on the operator cam and tell me what's happening there. All right, parking brake is released, and we are going to start pushing back. So the N1 percentage that you see,
18 now. Available.
yep.
Engine 1.
Yep. Engine
2.
1 is started. You can start engine number 2.
Archer, the problem is exactly that what you say.
Engine 1 is
I
starting.
didn't put
Okay, the pushing
the
back
mark
is not
on
fluid,
everyone
but
that connect will be as an observer.
mine's real
Yeah,
and
that was
jittery.
actually
So you can see.
Yeah, my
these,
sim is jittery in general since the update.
No,
Yeah,
it was
so you
me.
can see
Yeah,
the
that-
N2
yeah, that was
N2
the
percentage
Kirby
on the
that
top
suggested that.
screen.
Thank
The
you,
N2
Kirby.
percentage is
Very
the back
Thank
blade
you,
of the
Kirby.
engine,
And yeah, thank you. I'm glad you've got it working,
and
man.
the N1
It's good to
percentage
see.
is the front blades of the engine. And the EGT, of course, is the temperature of the engine.
Okay.
Yeah, the pushback is a little bit buggy here. I'm not really sure why that is, but
Yeah, it's a bit jittery.
yep. So this might not be our best pushback, but
That's okay. Alright.
and it's slow as well.
Do you have the separate pushback helper
Yep, I do.
software? Yeah. I believe that on the iPad now you can do it.
Oh yeah, of course. That's
Oh.
on the
I think this is.
Yep.
I think that just came in the last couple of days. Not sure. I've not tried it, but
Yep, that's correct.
And you use the pushback helper or what?
Yeah, which is a separate tool.
Alright. What's wrong with just the shift P or what is it?
Because
Lucky,
that only
everything
pushes
alright?
us back straight. And now we can rotate as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright. Pushback complete. Set parking brake. Disconnect the tug.
Okay.
Hopefully the plane behind us stops. That's Neo. Okay, pushback is complete. We have both engines started.
Yeah.
I would call for the
So-
after start checklist, and you would do the flows. I turn on the nose wheel steering.
First I go to engine mode normal,
Yep.
I
Working?
guess.
Everything okay?
Alright, now
Yep,
off
Neo,
the flow.
We're fine. We're just about to taxi to the runway after the checklist.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm stopping
ground-
just behind you.
Thank you. Ground spoilers can be armed.
Spoilers. Armed?
Yep. Rudder trim is set to 0.
Point 2 I have.
Yep. You can set it back to 0. Yep.
0?
Flaps should be 1, which is 2 right now.
Yeah. Flaps 1.
All right. The trim. I'm gonna set it to the controls page, flight control, and you can turn the trim to what was it again?
Lucky, I see you on the
2
west
up was it?
USA, sir. You're ghosting with the
Up
Archer's
2.6.
plane. Is that intentional? Or some glitch?
That's down. Yep. Up 2.6.
Something. Oh, 0.6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere there.
Yeah, it's 2.5 for me. 2.6. Next, you click on the status ecam page, STS, and on the STS push button.
That
you see it?
is
The bottom,
yeah.
bottom row. Yep.
Okay, yep.
It should say normal. All right.
normal.
Okay. I can turn off the APU bleed in the meanwhile because we don't need it. We have engines. We're not going to use anti-ice, and the APU can come off entirely,
Right.
which it still says available, which is well, I will turn off. Okay. After start checklist, anti-ice.
As required.
Yeah, off in this case. Anti-skid and nose wheel steering.
Is on.
Ecam status.
Should the anti-skid be
Yep.
on?
Since we're done taxiing, it should be on.
Okay. Alright.
Ecam status.
I have 3 blue.
No, that's the
Yeah.
you have to check the status page, which is the bottom one. No.
Status is normal,
Yep.
okay.
Okay. Flight controls. I'm going to check the flight controls. So
Right,
I'm going to open up the flight controls
if
page
it's kind of dragging on, so I think we're going to just start take on off now. Sorry for the delay, everyone, but I mean it's
No, that's
an hour-
okay.
an hour
Full
and a
rudder
bit
left.
now.
Neutral.
So
Full rudder
I
right.
think it's time to go.
Neutral.
It's okay, it's just like real life.
Aileron left.
Yep.
Neutral, aileron
So
right.
Team 2 is lining up
Neutral.
on the active.
Elevator up, elevator down, back to neutral.
Yep.
Okay, flight controls checked. Next up is the taxi. We're going to taxi to the run. Oh, everyone's disappeared.
This is Team 7. Everything is working fine now. And we are just behind
Okay.
us.
Auto brakes. And max.
Good news.
PWS is.
Predictive wind shear, which is next to the weather radar.
Hey, Arkin, could you change your server if you're going to stay connected to the plane?
I have no idea where that would be.
Above the speed brake,
Yeah.
there is a
Oh,
little knob.
PWS to auto.
Sorry, Walkie, could you change server?
What on? What?
Okay. Then
Not Walkie.
taxi
Walkie.
clearance. Yeah. Taxi lights.
Walkie, you are on the loop. You are seeing your plane go back and forth, back and forth.
All right.
Team 5, do you copy?
Can you turn on the taxi lights, or are they? Yep.
I think they're on.
Hold on, let me check that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
that's correct.
it's on taxi now.
That's correct. Yep. You can turn
It's a
on
bit
the
fiddly.
runway and turn off lights as well.
So landing lights or what? Say again.
The runway turn off lights.
Next one on the left.
All right, since we're
Okay,
since we're crossing a runway, clear on the left. You can say clear on the right.
Clear
All right.
on the right.
We taxi across from the runway. So while we're taxiing, do you see your PFD, your primary flight display?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so at the top, there's an FMA, the flight, not really sure what the abbreviation is, but the FMA is everything at the top, and currently it says brake max, climb, nav, and 1 FD2. You see
Yep.
that? Okay, so once we're doing the checklist,
Yep.
I'm going to ask for the takeoff data, and you're going to name the runway, you're going to name the V1, the V2, and the V rotate speeds. And you're going to tell what's on the end. You're going to tell what is on the MDA. In this case, it's brake max, blue, climb blue, nav blue, 1 FD2 blue, and then the altitude.
What's 1 FD2?
So 1 FD2 is the setting of the ADIRS. So,
And that's the navigation.
yeah, hold on. If we hold short, I can show you changes. Short here because we have Neo in front of
What
us.
are you waiting?
Setting the park brake.
There's an aircraft ahead of me. Does anyone see that, or is it just me?
Well,
So-
yeah, I see Wacky ahead of us. I see the PF named Wacky ahead. He's
Yes.
quite on the threshold. We're trying to get the threshold position.
Okay, I couldn't get their thing set up, so I'm just gonna take off in front of them. Right, I'm moving now.
Yeah. Wacky.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the flight director. So that means that both flight directors are on.
Oh, okay.
If I
Yeah,
click the
makes
flight
sense.
director button, the two disappears. See that?
Yeah, just one now.
So those are the
Okay.
flight directors.
Yeah. And
Now
can
we
I
just
see
wait.
all 3 speeds?
Oh wait, you don't have to name the V rotate. You just name 129 and 134.
Okay.
Just V1 and V2.
Alright.
So basically, I'm asking for the takeoff data, and you know the runway,
Team 2
and
kicking
the
off,
rest is
runway 3
is
right.
everything on the PFD that you just named.
Alright.
Good luck.
And you can see the altitude set, which is above the altitude ribbon, which is set to 6,000. You say that as well.
Okay.
So you're going to go from top left and read to the right, and then go down and read from left to right again. Taxiing up. Waki and Ichigo Mike, are you okay? Waki and Ichigo Mike on Unicom, are you okay?
Yeah, we're fine. Starting up, but we can't join together because it still doesn't work. But we'll fly along.
All right. We will cross-check after the flight if it still happens with another couple.
We checked, and it was only Mike that was having issues connecting to me. Walker seemed to have no issues, so we just
Toy,
Mike.
You just disappeared in front of me. Everything okay?
Yeah, I lost it with you.
TNT taking off runway 25 right.
Okay, and now...
Neo,
yeah,
you might want to keep your distance a little bit so you don't spawn inside of each other.
Yes.
Just gonna run over a
I'm
plane
ahead
for
of you. I'm
me.
just at the hold point, so I just want to wait till I get visual on people. I'm going to move up to the...
Alright, you just stopped.
Hold position for over 35 right.
Okay.
Team 2 declares a Mayday. Mayday. Our aircraft is literally just shut down. We're going to try and get back to the airport.
Roger that, go for runway 35 left.
Big Herbie, are you airborne?
Yeah, I see you back again, Toy.
Not yet, Tolstoy, they're still on the runway.
I'm seeing backing you, Tolstoy.
The Team 6 is holding short of 35 right at the threshold. Holding short.
They don't seem to rotate on the runway, Tolstoy.
TN3, abort.
And they have stopped. They have stopped on the runway. There is
Yes.
an active plane on the runway.
Okay, so Big Herbie is on the runway?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Oh, this is an exciting event. A lot of
Next
we
we'll
have-
have an engine fire.
We have one engine shut down and we have an engine fire or something?
What the hell?
No, not yet. No.
Not yet. Well said.
I know you can program random failures.
Okay.
Well, not random, but failures, can't you? Random failures would be
We had
good.
a similar problem with the
I
Blue
think you
Thunder
can.
that he lost all power on
Or not
the
yet.
plane.
I don't think they can be random though. You have to specify a time after
Oh,
takeoff
okay.
or
Team
something.
6 is
So
attacking to position runway 35.
I can turn off the alarms.
I'm sure that's coming.
yes, I think it,
Neo, if you go to the ECAM, there's a couple of buttons underneath it, and if you press the CLR, it should get rid of the alarm. Hopefully.
I'll go over.
Archer, did you crash?
Team 3, clear of the runway. Going back to the end of the line.
Did you solve the issue?
We don't know yet.
Team 6 is just going to stop in position here, 35 right, and I'm just going to do Big Herbie. Was it a takeoff configure this morning? Like, are there a lot of red messages on your upper ECAM?
All right, no green.
Yeah, we have no green yet, but we'll be fine, I guess. I hope. I did this afternoon. I did the flight, and I had no problems, so...
Okay.
Yep. Are you keep setting the flaps to 2? Or
No.
Okay, because it was set to 2
No.
again. I keep setting it back to 1.
Not that I know of.
Team 7 is waiting at
Ah.
the beginning of the runway.
Now I did, but
yeah.
just to test it out.
Team 6 is just holding position. Herbie, do you need any assistance before I rotate? I mean, before I take off, or do you think everything is good?
We seem to be fine. It seems like the parking brake did not
What controls are you
disengage
guys
on
using?
one of our planes.
I'm
And
using
we
a
started- we couldn't
TCA.
throttle up,
Throttle,
but
thrustmaster
seems to be
side
sorted
stick,
out
the
now.
A3, the
Yeah,
Airbus
okay,
side
so
stick.
that sounds like the
And I have a
takeoff
honeycomb
configuration
Bravo.
and that would give you alarms
nice.
as you're trying to rotate with
I also have
yeah,
the
you got
alpha.
it last week, right?
Yep.
Very good.
I also have the alpha, but I'm not using that.
Okay,
Oh, really?
Team 6 is in position.
Yeah,
I think,
five right,
did you
and
post
take
a
off.
picture of that recently?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I saw that, and I saw that. Very jealous. A big screen as well, big curved screen.
Yeah. No wife,
Nice.
no kids, enough money.
Yeah. That's why I built my own.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah.
I want to build a proper radio panel. I got all the hardware, but I just need the time and the effort to put in.
I've built one as well, a panel, but it's really for the cub. You know, the small GA stuff. I've not finished it yet. I've still got some wiring to do, but I've got the autopilot all on a separate panel.
Are you using MobiFlight?
No, no, I don't know what that is. I used a unit I bought here by a company called Leo Bodnar,
Oh yeah, yep,
which is a
Popular
USB
company.
interface, basically.
yep, that's correct.
Very sort of simple way of doing it, but I've kind of made my own case and everything, so
Cool.
yeah. But what I'd like to try and do is, because obviously in that system you don't get any feedback. I can't kind of have annunciator lights that go on and off. So I need to look at a way of doing that. But for flying the small aircraft is great, because it means, you know, I don't have to use the mouse.
Yep.
I can do my altitude and my vertical speed, my heading bug. I can do all that on knobs, you know, on rotary controls.
All of those
Team
as
7
well.
Yeah.
flying up on the runway. 35.
You know, turn the autopilot on and off, the approach, the nav, vertical speed, altitude, and then I've got some switches just for stuff like the lights, fuel pump.
Right. Yep.
So yeah, but I've kind of not used it the last couple of weeks because I've just been sitting playing around with the Airbus.
Oh, you can do it tomorrow during the Spain bush trip.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, that's the last time I used it, I think, last week. Yeah.
Parking brake set before takeoff checklist.
All right, the runway
Flaps.
34
flap
right.
setting. Oh, we have the flaps first. Flap setting?
Why does it keep jumping? What the
I
hell?
have no idea. I don't know.
Okay.
Tolstoy, everything okay?
All right, runway
Start
34
flying.
right. V1 is
Yes,
129.
Team 6
V2 134.
is airborne, off 35 right.
Climb blue. Navigation
Team 7
blue.
is rolling up.
1 FD2. Altitude is set at 6,000. And that's all.
All right. Yep.
I think.
ECAM memo. Now this is the memo page, not the
7
status
is
page.
rolling.
So we still have. All right, they're taking off. So we still have a 2 white or 2 blue. So the cabin is checked and the takeoff comes. So you have to click on the cabin all.
100 knots.
Cabin. Cool. Oh.
Yep. And then the takeoff
UN.
config.
Rotate.
And that's on the ECAM thingy?
Yeah, on the ECAM, the topmost button.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Perfect.
did that.
So ECAM memo. And then you can say takeoff no blue.
What's
Okay.
ECAM memo?
That is the page that you just checked on the upper ECAM screen. It's all green, nothing is in blue.
Yeah, all green, no blue.
Okay, so takeoff runway is 35 right. We have set that. You can set the exterior lights on. So turn on the landing lights, turn off the takeoff runway, which is on. Set the nose light to takeoff. And as we taxi onto the runway, you can turn on the strobe lights as well.
Team 7 airborne.
Okay.
Team 1 to Unicom, lining up runway 35 right. Okay, so in the checklist, during the takeoff, you also have a few other tasks. Do you see them?
Yeah, like start chrono and that?
Did you go back taxi to 35
Yep,
right?
exactly.
Yep.
What is the flight level for this flight?
The initial cleared altitude is 6,000.
350.
The initial cleared
350
altitude
will be
is
fine.
6,000 feet, and the flight level is 350. All right, we have lined up.
Okay.
Slowly tap the brakes here. So you know you have to call out the speeds.
The speeds? Yep.
Yep. All right. All right. If you can start the chronometer, then we're ready to take off.
All right, chrono start.
Brakes set. Check engine 50%. 50%. Brakes released. Toga. Team 1 to Unicom. Taking off. Runway 35 right.
Okay. 100. V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Team Waki to
Gear up.
Unicom, taking off 35 left.
We are. I'm waiting for 2,200 feet to set the throttle back to climb.
Okay.
Because the thrust reduction altitude is 220. I'm waiting for that. And I can see something is wrong with the programmed SID. Because the ND line is already going to the left. And I'm going to manually fly this for now.
Oh yeah, we should.
Alright, set it back to climb. I'm going to manually fly this on Navigraph instead of the...
Okay.
And that is also why I have the... why I have the... no, why I have the VOR. So
okay, yeah.
At D4.1, that is where I have to make a left turn.
Golden short, 35 right.
So engine temperature is red. Is that okay, or?
It drops right now.
Yeah, just turn green. Okay.
Yep. Because we took off with Toga, so it's maximum engine thrust.
Okay, that's normal
we are at D3.5. Right, D4.1.
Do you want flaps 0?
No, not yet. Only at the flap speed. Do you see the green S at the top of the speed ribbon?
Yeah.
That's when I'm going to call for flap 0.
Okay, okay. Something beeped?
Yep. Yeah, we've passed the transition altitude, so I'm going to set the pressure to standard.
Okay. Yep, see that.
Yeah, I can hear the noise as well, and I'm not really sure what it is.
Yeah, same here.
But can you set the altitude to 350, flight level 350?
Yeah.
All right. We are back on the flight plan. I'm going to engage the autopilot now. Autopilot engaged.
Flight level 350.
Set. Perfect. After takeoff checklist. Landing. Oh, that's what you do. Both of it.
Oh, landing gear up. Flaps 0
not
then?
Yet. Nope, not yet.
Yeah.
You gotta
okay.
wait for 190 knots until we pass the green S.
Okay. And ground spoilers disarm. Can I do that now or?
Nope. First we gotta do the flaps.
Okay.
Alright, flaps 0.
lap 0. And ground spoilers disarmed.
Alright, after takeoff checklist complete. We've already passed the transition altitude of 6,000 feet. We've set the standard pressure.
Yep.
We're going to set it on the backup as well to 992. At 10,000 feet, I'm going to do the flows there.
Okay, yeah.
Taking off. Right.
Alright, we're at 10,000.
Yep.
Lights off, I think I did that.
Yep.
Seat belt.
You still have to turn off the lights, the landing lights, and the turn off lights, and the nose light. All 4 bottom.
Okay.
No problem.
Is it so fiddly for you as well to
it's very
switch
fiddly.
the nose?
Yes, I'd agree with that.
It's so annoying.
Nearly. Yeah.
Come on. There we go. Nope.
Yep. They're going to turn them down for you because we
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
use the off position, we use the retract position. Alright, next up is the seatbelt sign that can be turned off, which is okay. EFIS options as required.
What's
which is
EFIS?
good. The EFIS is the electronic flight information. I'm not really sure what it means. It's the autopilot panel.
Alright.
And ECAM memo is set. ECAM memo, you can review it.
I mean, all green. Is that it, or?
Yeah, you just monitor it and make sure it's
okay.
It's set.
Or is there a memo page?
Well, no. You see, everything is green, but the strobe light is off. So you got to turn on the strobe light.
Okay.
And the beacon light can come on as well. It should be. I turned on the beacon on start, but you have to turn on the strobe light and the beacon light. Yep. Strobe as well.
Beacon is on. Strobe is on.
Perfect. Okay. So now we have to do the pre-descent flows. And
already?
I'm going to move over to Navigraph here. And I'm going to open up Navigraph here for the streamers. Alright, so we can close up the SID. We are en route. And we are currently at 350 degrees, at flight level 350. We have to put in the arrival. So we're going to go back into the cockpit real quick here. I'm going to the MCDO. I'm going to open up the flight plan page. No, I'm going to the menu. Go to ATSU, then AOC. I'm going to do a weather request for both airports. And now on the ECAM memo page, we're going to wait at the right side to wait for the company message to pop up.
Yeah, exactly. And that's gonna pop up on the iPad as well, I think, now.
Yeah, that could be possible, but
I think. I'm not quite sure.
Hello, does anyone need any help at this point?
Yeah, can you bring me a gin and tonic?
We're nearly ready to take off.
Alright, so now that we have a company message, we can go back at the MCDO, click on receive messages, and then we click on the METAR, and we can click on print. So we're printing out the METAR.
we are having some issues. I'm flying a flight plan different that from Nachos, and we both load the same flight plan. If you can see my screen, I'm
Does
just
the painter
flying.
work?
I collected the paper.
Ah, yeah, I see it.
So we can have two METARs, Lima Charlie
I'll
and
jump
Lima
into your
Foxtrot Mike
channel.
Lima. The bottom METAR is
But I select the EFX and
is
load the map
from
to flight plan.
the 12th of March at 9 o'clock Zulu, which is 9 minutes old. It is auto-generated, and we have 14 knots at 280 degrees.
You're not going anyway.
We have CAV OK, 11 degrees Celsius, and 4 degrees dew point.
One way
So
that can happen.
we would have
is
no icing
if,
conditions. The
the
QNH is
world
10
map
10, and we have no significant
click
changes to the
on
weather.
the,
So since the wind direction
date
is 280,
on the map,
we
instead of
will
using the
land
drop-down
at runway 31
top.
right. I can go back to the flight plan. I can open up the destination, set arrival, scroll down, set 31 right Zulu. Our star is Lank 1 Golf. And if you guys want to know how I know that,
I wonder
that is because our last waypoint is Lanko.
what would happen if you gave me control.
And the runway is 35.
I
so
don't
if I click on
You know what?
Approaches,
If I
I
get
open
to
up.
the airport, we'll make up some lost time.
Hold on, let me open up.
Yeah, try. I was thinking that. Try that.
Runway 31 right.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So we have a few charts here. So we have the runway 31 right and the Gemco transition. That is where Gemco is. And this is our last waypoint, Lanko. So we have to go from Lanko to Gemco. And then from Gemco to 31 right, which is the ILS Zulu. I'm gonna close that up.
Okay.
I'm going to click on the right hole, Lank 1 Golf, which brings us in. And approach is ILS Zulu, 31 right. Alright, that looks about right. I can go back to the MCDU. The Lank 1 Golf. And the star is Gemco. Next up, do you have that as well? ILS 31 right, via Gemco, and the star is Lank 1 Golf.
Team 2 to
A-firm.
Wackle. What is the arrival?
I just requested the METAR, Team 1 to Unicom here. We still have 280 knots, 280 degrees at 14 knots. So the arrival is runway 31 right via the Lank 1 Golf transition, or Lank 1 Golf via Gemco.
Cover that, thank you.
So once again, 31 right, Lank 1 Golf via Gemco.
Cover that, thank you.
Alright, so we've put that in. I'm going back to the plan on the ND. And I'm going to go through the waypoints here. So NEDED, which is clear of SID. Next up is VAM2, Colon, Lanko, Gemco, Russex, Madra, Homeg, user 46 Mike Papa Victor, and then runway 31 right, and then Lima Foxtrot Lima, Mike Lima 31 right. You guys
Yep,
agree
I
on
have
that?
the same. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So now that we know which star we're gonna use, which approach we have, we're gonna check the charts here. So I'm checking the charts here, which is the start of Lank 1 Golf, and we have to be at or below flight level 120. We are currently at flight level 350, which means we have to descend between here and Lanco, 23,000 feet. I'll pull up the calculator here. So 23,000 feet.
60, 70. 73.
Yeah, leave times 3. Release all zeros. So that is 69. 69 nautical miles. We just add a few to make sure. So 75 nautical miles before Lanco, we have to descend. Team 1 to Unicom, we have passed waypoint Neded. Alright, we've passed Neded. So that was waypoint Lanco, which we are currently a little less than 121 nautical miles away from. So we still have some time to continue programming our approach. I've set the flight plan. I'm going to check the RadNav page to make sure that we can set up any VOR or DMEs that we have.
Okay.
And I can see a DME on the approach chart. We're not going to use that.
And the ILS is already programmed now?
Overhead fan tube.
Yeah, that is correct, because we put in the approach. So as VOR1, I'm going to put in MRM, which is 108.8. So 108.8. That's VOR1. That is MRM. Next up, I'm going to open up the initial approach chart.
What's the program you're using there again?
That is Navigraph.
And you have to pay for that, right?
Yeah, you do.
How much?
So this is about 10 euros a month. The RNAV initial approach, runway 31 left and right. We can see the MPV ILS DME, which is 111.15. And we have MRM, which is 108.8. We've programmed in the VOR, and we have MS, which is actually an ADF. So I'm going to put in ADF frequency 2 on 343.
Team 3 to Unicom, we have contrails.
Oh, I have to check.
Alright, so that is in. Next up is the performance and approach page. I'm going to go to the destination, the approach phase. The QNH at the arriving airport was 1010. I'm going to input that, 10110, as QNH. The outside temperature is 11 degrees Celsius, plus 11. The mag wind is 280 at 14.
It's funny, these numbers are slightly different from me.
Oh, that is possible. I'm pulling my information from SimBrief. And you might still have the meter or the NABLU or whatever different source. The transition altitude is normally given by ATC, but I'm going to check the charts here and see what the transition level or the transition altitude is. The transition altitude is 5,000 feet. I'm going to add 1,000 feet just to make sure. Oh no, actually the transition altitude is 5,000 feet, so I'm just going to input that. Our V approach is 130 knots. Make a note of that, a mental note. Now I'm going to
question. The VAPP, what does that stand for?
V approach.
So that's your approach.
Yes,
approach
that
speed.
is what the that is what the auto throttle will auto thrust will descend us to.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to quickly check the MCDU. We are nearing Lanco at about 80 to 90 nautical miles. So we have to get this ready. The last thing that I have to set is the DH, the decision height for the missed approach. I'm going to check the runway 31 right. 31 right. ILS chart. I'm going to overlay that. And I can see here that the decision height is 352 feet, which I'm going to input at the decision height here. All right, that's done.
Yeah, looking good.
All right, we're going to go back to the flight plan page, and I am going to set the auto brake to low. For that, I'm going to check the runway. We have a dry runway because it hasn't rained. I'm going to check the airport briefing here. There we go. So we're going to come in at 31 right, which is a long runway, 3,440 meter, so 3.4 kilometers. So we can do with auto brake low. Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Team 1 to Unicom. After landing, taxi via Delta and Charlie and Golf to Terminal 1A, and choose a parking stand there.
Could you repeat that for me, please? This is Yoda.
After landing, find a parking spot at Terminal 1 Alpha.
Roger that, thank you.
Alright, so we've set everything up. I would give over control to let you decide the approach. Or you would normally program this and I would check it. But since we've done it together now, it's fine.
Okay.
Next up is the descent checklist. Alright, so the approach briefing.
Complete.
Alright, auto brakes
are on low.
ECAM status. So this is not the memo, but the status.
Normal.
Perfect. Alright, now we wait until we have 75 nautical miles away from, which is about now. So now we're going to descend. You can set the altitude to 12,000 feet. Managed.
Okay.
Alright, remember that the transition altitude was 5,000 feet. So first we pass 10,000 feet after Lanco. Then you turn on the landing lights. You get the passengers back in their seats. Turn on the LS button next to the flight director button. Check the RadNav page, see if the frequencies are still in there.
Okay.
And
why would they vanish?
just make sure that they're in there. That's all.
Okay. All right.
All right, and then after the passengers are in their seats and we get below 5,000 feet, you would
call the captain.
Set the pressure to 1010 on the barometer, both primary and standby.
Repeat that, the number?
1010, which is the QNH. Yep, 1010.
Okay.
All right. If you look to our left, you have the Mediterranean, and below there you can see an airport. That is Nice. That is the Nice airport. Do you see that? The airport at the ocean?
Oh yeah, yeah, I can see it.
That is Nice.
Yeah. Called Nice.
So right now below us, the mountains below us is the Gorge du Verdon.
Oh.
Yep.
Sounds fancy.
It is. How do you call the mountain range in America with all the steep valleys, the deep valleys and stuff?
I don't know.
It's not the Rocky Mountains, but the
Grand Canyon.
Yeah. So they call this the French Grand Canyon.
Ah.
Or the Rocky Mountains, or the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to check the charts to make sure that we descend properly, because we cannot be above 12,000 feet. And we still have 18,000 feet to go. Or 17 actually. So we are nearing waypoint Colon. I'm going to quickly check and see where the other pilots are. Okay, so Yoda is still doing his scent. We've got Archer right behind us. Behind that is Herbie, and behind that is the Ichigo Mike. So we are actually ahead of everyone.
Yeah, seems like it.
If I check my outside view,
How?
oh, I can see Tolstoy in front of us, by the way. And I don't see Archer. Who's in the cockpit with Archer? That is Arrogant.
Arrogant. I don't think.
Team 1 to Unicom.
I don't see Arrogant.
Team 1 to Unicom, Archer.
Hello, what? I heard my name.
Yeah, this is Wako from Team 1. You should be flying really close to us, but I don't see you on the world. I don't see you anywhere.
Yep, we're having a harsh descent. Don't worry, I'll be down there very shortly.
I see both of you guys in front of me.
Wako.
Yep.
I have a question about the flight plan that's up at the moment on the MCDU.
Yeah.
So we see colon.
Yep.
And to the right it says flight level 085.
Yep.
And then Lanco says flight level 074.
Yep.
But then if you go to Gemco, it's back at flight level 12.
Yep.
Or 120. So why is there a discrepancy there? It's going down low and then coming back up. And I also noticed that the Gemco and the Rusex have the magenta star. So does that mean those levels will be managed by the flight controller?
Yeah.
Or
all the levels will be managed, but I'm not really sure why flight level 085 and 074 are in there. That's wrong.
Yeah. See, I've seen this a lot when I've been doing this and wondering why, and I've kind of been ignoring them because they don't really fit in with the whole scheme of things. So
let me create a quick screenshot for you, and we can ask Tolstoy here.
Because we've set for flight level 12.
Yeah.
Which we're heading down to at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Did you see that on the Navigraph chart?
Hang on, let me just have a look. Yeah. I'm looking at your chart now.
So at Lanco, do you see this is the initial approach, the RNF star?
Yes. Yeah.
If you look at Lanco, you can see below or 12,000 feet. At or below 12,000
Yes.
feet.
Yes.
So that's what we're aiming for.
That's what we're saying. Yeah.
7.
So
We are getting
star
a lot of turbulence at
means
35,000.
below, maybe?
Sorry? No.
So the star... No?
No, I'm not really sure what the star means. We can look it up later.
Okay. Yeah.
The magenta star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have the same behavior on your plane?
Okay, we
Well,
have 30 miles to go.
It's that I think the magenta thing is that's a constraint, isn't it? Which is also on the you've got constraints dialed in, and on the flight director, you see that as well. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe that. Not 100%, but.
Lanco doesn't show it. Lanco does not show a constraint because it's actually still a waypoint. Gemco is the first waypoint that's part of a star.
Yeah.
So I just pick up the constraint from the actual flight plan.
Yeah.
So after we set 12,000 and we reach Lanco at 12,000, I'm going to set 2,000 because that's the altitude at which we want to intercept the ILS.
Yeah. Understood.
And since we are in managed mode, it's never going to descend below the restrictions. So at Gemco, it will stay at 12,000 feet. At Russex, it will stay at 5,000 feet or above. At Madra at 4,000, Palmac at 3,000, and USAR at 2,000.
Yeah, and it will do that. It will manage those altitudes.
Yep. Oh, I can see Archer in front of us right now. Team 1 on Unicom to Archer. What is your current distance from waypoint Lanco?
Yeah, I can see him in front of us as well.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Team 1 on Unicom. Archer, what is your current distance from Lanco? Team 1 on Unicom. Archer, do you copy? Archer, do you copy? You have muted your speakers and microphone.
Well, maybe that's the
Unicom
problem.
Team 6 is we're by Lanco descending.
Copy that. Who's with Archer? That's Arrogant. Arrogant Object.
Yeah,
Team
I
1
see
on
him.
Unicom to Arrogant Object. Do you copy? Team 1 on Unicom to Arrogant Object. Are you there? Yep, they're not responding. Team 1 on
Yeah.
Unicom did not copy. Team 2, we're slowing down to maintain visual separation. We are currently 15 nautical miles away from Lanco. Okay, so I'm going to set a speed mode to, we're currently doing 290. I'm going to set to 40. I'm going to select it so we slow down, so we don't crash into each other.
5,000.
Hold on there. Ichigo and Wacky.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want to watch, there is a YouTube link in the chat. You can watch the live stream. If you go to the shared cockpit chat, there is a link to YouTube to the live stream.
Okay.
Got it.
All right, so we're coming close to 10,000 feet, but we're going to stop at 12,000 here since we are at Lanco. I'm going to set the altitude here at a 2,000 feet, and since we are in managed mode, it's going to maintain the constraints in the MCO. Yep.
Okay, yeah.
But the speed is selected since I want to maintain separation from Archer.
All right.
Hello.
Team 1 on Unicom to Archer. What is your current position from Lanco and what is your current speed?
We're holding at flight level 120 and we're at 290.
Copy that. We are maintaining visual separation at 240 knots.
Can you report your position now?
We are 2.5 nautical miles away from Lanco.
Copy that. Is there any aircraft ahead of me?
Tolstoy is.
Yep.
Tolstoy, what is your distance from Gemco?
Tolstoy, we are, Team 1 is about, well, we're 15 miles from Russout, so we're very close to Genko.
Team 1?
Copy that.
We are Team 1.
Team 1 to Unicom. Did you mess up the teams? We are Team 1. Who said Team 1? Tolstoy?
Tolstoy.
Never mind, just let it slip and slide.
Yeah. It's okay.
Team 1 to Unicom, we have passed waypoint Lanco at 240 knots, altitude, flight level 120.
Is Archer going off course, or is it just for me?
No, he's in front of us. He's flying to Gemco, and then he should make a left turn.
He's off to my left.
You should not see Archer. You should see Arrogant Object.
Oh no, oh yeah, that's
Tolstoy should be to
the
the left.
Tolstoy is on our left, yeah.
Alright, so after we pass Genko, we will descend to 5,000 feet.
And that's all gonna happen managed, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I have no further constraints. Let me check the approach. Alright, so I see the constraints here on the initial approach chart. And at Russex, we have a restriction of 5,000 feet and a maximum of 230 knots. So we should be fine at Genko for now. And after we pass Genko, I'm going to slow the airplane down to 230 knots.
Can you program that into the MCDU as well?
Yeah, you should be able to do that. Oh, my neck hurts. No longer see Tolstoy.
I see absolutely no one.
Okay.
They're all gone for me.
Alright, we have arrived at Genko. Almost.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
going to
turning.
set the speed to 230 knots. Set managed. Oh, hold on.
Tolstoy's way below
Could you set
at
it to
5,000
230?
feet.
Oh, thank you. Can you set it to 230, the speed?
Yeah.
Go.
230.
Yep, thank you. And then select airspeed. Because I'm not sure if the speed constraints are in there. Nope, the speed constraints are not in there.
Nope.
Okay, we're passing 10,000 feet in about 900 feet.
Okay.
Approach checklists. So you can do your flows and then do the checklist.
All right. Landing light.
Unicom, Team 6, we have just gone over top of Gemco and proceeding to Russex next.
Team 1, what is your current altitude? Tolstoy? Tolstoy, we have visual. We are above you at flight level 100. Do you copy?
Yes, we copy. You're behind us.
We are in front of you, and we are currently doing 230 knots. All right, so now we're descending.
Okay,
we have
roger
passed 10,000 feet. Landing lights are on. Strobe light should remain on. Nose light should come on to take off. We can turn on the runway. So like that.
Unicom Ichigo Mike is at Linko, flight level 150.
Alright.
Alright, so next up is
I just did the
EFIS,
barrel.
Red nav, yep. Lights, seatbelts on. And approach data is reviewed and set, I guess.
What is EFIS again?
The EFIS is the panel with the autopilot.
Okay, so alright. So we should check the constraints for that.
Just make sure that everything that is reviewed. That's all.
Okay.
And set if necessary. We have set to 1,000 and our speed is 230 knots. We should slow down to 200 knots since we have a constraint at Madra of 200 knots. And that is our final constraint. So, oh no, we have PUMEG. PUMEG is 185. No, ILS Zulu is 200 knots. Okay, so set 200 knots, 3,000 feet, which we're never going to make. So we have to descend even further. Yeah, I'm going to set an open descent here and increase our vertical speed to 2,500 feet because we really have to go down. And I'm going to set the speed back to managed because losing altitude is way more important than I'm going to also deploy the speed brake to lose some speed here. Next up, we're going to open up the ILS approach chart. 2,000 feet, we're not there yet. We can see the localizer, but it's not come on live yet. Yeah, we came in way too high.
And why?
Unicom Team 6 is just going by Madra at 4,500 descending.
I don't know why. We made I made a mistake, I guess. So what we are going to do is, since we're too high, we're not going to make the runway this way. Are we? No, because we have to lose 4,000 feet in such a short space. I don't think we're going to make it.
Team 2 to Unicom, we're going around.
Yeah.
Team 1 to Unicom, we have to lose too much altitude. We are going, we're circling, we're going around as well. Yeah, so what are we going to do? We're going to go back to the altitude of 5,045. We're going back to 5,000 feet. Select it. We're going to retract the speed brake. And we're going to fly on a heading mode here. So that way we overfly the actual runway.
Do you know what we did wrong?
We came in too high. So we followed the constraints, but the constraints say something about the maximum altitude. We could have been lower than that.
Okay.
And we didn't lose altitude fast enough because probably of the speed constraints. So this is just a tricky approach, I guess.
So it doesn't manage the descent then?
Well, it didn't do a good job.
Okay.
All right, so if you can check my stream and see the ILS chart.
Yep.
You can see that we have a dotted line. So we're going to fly back to Lipsu. And from Lipsu, we're going back to... hold on. That's the final approach. Yeah, from Lipsu, we go back to Madra.
Okay.
Unicom Team is has joined the ILS from a 331 right.
Are we all overflying now?
Yeah, we're past. Can you set heading 198?
Yes. Left turn?
Left turn, left turn.
Sorry.
198.
Heading 198.
Yep.
Something's beeping.
Yep, I know. Ecam is all normal.
Okay.
It's probably beeping because it caught a signal of either the ADF or the VOR.
Okay.
Can you set heading 180?
Yes. Thank
you. Team 1 on Unicom to Archer. Are you going all the way back to LIMC?
No, sir. I'm going to go to Mandra and I'm just going to follow back on the single approach.
Copy that. So, according to the charts, they should go to LIMC, which is down here. If you look at the ILS,
yep.
Here, you can see that it points back to LIMC.
Yep.
In order to avoid overflying the city of Marseille, do not overshoot R177 NRM to the east. So we're not to fly over the city there.
Okay. So we are going to LIMC then?
Probably not.
Okay.
That's a long way to fly.
Yeah.
So, could you set altitude to 3,000 feet?
Yes. Please. 3,000.
Thank you.
Managed.
Perfect.
Unicom Team 6 has touchdown. You're clearing the runway.
We're just going to wait till we pass Madra on the left, and then we're going to go heading 090.
Okay, yeah.
We're going to fly straight for about 8 nautical miles or so, and then we're going to make a left turn.
Yeah. Having multiple screens is such a blessing for stuff like that.
Yep. I have the HP Reverb G2, but I'm not using it because I lose all the screens.
Yeah, me too.
I love it for VFR flying. VFR flying, I stopped with doing this for IFR.
Yeah.
It's just too much of a hassle.
I mean, you could use like overlay programs, but yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna be a lot of work. Getting all those PDFs and stuff in there.
Yeah. Alright, so 5 nautical miles to go, a little less. Can you set a heading of 096?
Yes.
boy. Herbie has done a go around as well. And Ichigo is, I'm not sure where Ichigo is going to go. He's to the south of the airport, which is not part of the SID, but... Ichigo, can you hear me? No.
I think he's muted.
Yep.
No, I can hear you.
Where are you going?
Waypoint, Mike Tango Golf.
Why? Are you going to come in at runway 13?
13 right? Yeah.
Ah, it was 31 right.
No, do I have... Oh!
Okay, so Ichigo, the best thing that you can do is make a left turn.
Yep.
And then go south up until you meet up with Madra, about halfway of Madra, and then fly back.
Okay.
You gotta figure it out with the charts though.
Should we start descending now?
Okay, well that's beyond what I can, what I know. So that's.
All traffic, Team 2 to Unicom.
We're not descending yet.
We are approximately 13 nautical miles out from the runway. Just heading to Palmeg.
We're gonna stay at 3,000 feet.
Team 7 is on approach on final.
Proper heading here.
4 degrees? No?
I guess it's... No, it's going to be less than 0 degrees.
Yeah.
Alright, you can turn left, heading 0 degrees.
0 degrees.
Team 1 on Unicom, we have rendezvoused with Madra for the initial approach, runway 31 left, right. Just to reiterate, we have met up with waypoint Madra for initial approach of runway 31 right. Yeah, heading 0 is good.
Yeah, looks right.
So you can set altitude to 2,000 feet. Let's set it, 2,000. Leave it at managed.
Yep.
Right. We can set our speed to, I'm going to set it to 180.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to just leave it at managed there. That's fine. All right, flaps 1.
Do that 1.
Oh, that's a nosedive there. Not sure why it does that, but...
Yeah, it's coming back
leveling
up.
off at 2,000 feet, which is good. Set flaps 2.
Flaps 2.
Alright.
Are set.
So, once again,
So you're gonna turn on autopilot now again? To
this approach is MPV at 3,000 feet. Yeah, I'm going to turn on the approach mode now. Should make a left turn.
Yeah, it's doing it.
Yep, gear down.
Gear is coming down.
We have a localizer. It's alive, Cat 3 single.
Yep.
And we are too low, so we're just going to wait for the diamond to line up. The diamonds to line up, and then we have a final fix.
Landing gear is set. 3 green.
You can arm the ground spoilers.
Okay.
Check the auto brake set to low.
Auto brake is on low.
Yep. Okay, it's coming alive. Flap straight.
Left 3.
Puzzle tight.
Let's see.
Oh, sorry.
Bless you.
I thought that was my mute.
Yep. Team 1 to Unicom. We are on final approach for runway 318.
Oh wait, it is my mute button, but then you hear me on Unicom.
Team 1 to Unicom, please report when clear of runway.
1,000.
Flaps full.
1,000.
Cover that.
1,000.
Flaps full.
Landing checklist.
All traffic, Team 2 is clear of the act.
Speed.
Auto throttle set to speed. PCAM memo.
Team 7 is landing.
Landing.
Team 7 is
Cabin
landing.
check.
Perfect. Anti-ice.
All green. Yep. We're good, I think.
Alright. 1,000. Stable. Okay, so the minimum is 352 feet. I'm going to turn off the autopilot at 500 feet. And manual
Okay.
landing. Neo, get away from the runway. Get off the runway.
Come on.
Get off the runway. I'm not going to do another go around.
Is he starting? Oh, that's
500
Macho.
feet, disengaging autopilot.
100 above.
Minimums. Continue.
Agree?
In the end of the runway.
Minimum.
Flaps full? Are they flap full?
I'm just
Are full?
landing.
Yeah.
Think. Ah! He's on the runway.
Yeah, he's glitching out.
He's on the runway.
100.
Go around. Team 1 doing a go around.
This is Yoda coming into Marcel.
God damn it! This is our second go around.
Coming
Gear
on
up.
to approach.
Gear up.
Flaps set to 1.
Flaps to 1. It's a bit of training. It's good.
Yep. Selected heading mode. Turning on autopilot. Set altitude to 4,000. Set. Or 5,000 is set.
Yep.
Back to climb to 10. Come on, climb. Set heading 19. Set heading 198.
198. Come on. Can you scroll faster through that?
No.
Heading 198.
Flaps at 0.
This is Yoda coming in for ILS.
Flap 0.
Oh, boy.
Where was he for you?
He was on the actual runway.
Yeah, for me as well, but right in front of the runway.
No, he was at the beginning of the runway, which is weird.
Yeah.
He was already on the ground. And we reached minimums and we had to continue. And I really figured he was clear of runway when we touched down, but he wasn't. Team 1 to Unicom. We had to do a second go around because Neo was on the runway.
I advised that I was on.
Yeah, thank you about that.
Yeah, we are lagging a little bit, but I advised that I was on final.
Set heading 175, please.
175.
We're very close to doing actual traffic circuits with a low flyover.
At the end.
We could bust the tower.
So, man, we were the first ones to reach Lanco, and we're almost the last ones to actually touch down.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yes and no, you fucking.
What's your fuel at? That's still plenty.
Fuel, yeah.
Team
Okay,
3.
we have 4,600 kilograms left. We should be fine.
Yes. Yeah.
Ichinomike is on final runway 13 right. Sorry.
Never a dull moment.
It's always fun.
Do you want to try this next week, Neo?
This is Team 4 Yoda.
I tried last week. It didn't go so well.
Yeah, but I mean, no, I know, but do you feel confident enough to be a pilot flying after this?
I think I would have to train a bit by myself. The landing first.
Yeah, you can retry this flight. It's a short one. You know how to set everything up.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have much time during the week.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy.
But it's a lot easier approach than last week's.
Yeah. 3 hours later.
Yeah, and the runway is a decent length.
Yeah, it is 3.4.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah. What was it last week?
I can't remember.
Way short.
I think we did a medium auto brake. I can't remember.
I think we tried hard, no? Well, I didn't touch down until the last.
I'm not sure if I was with you last week. That was 2 weeks ago in Gibraltar. Last week I was with Wacky.
Last week?
Yep.
Or was it 2 weeks ago?
Yep, that was 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Did I skip last week?
No, last week was Gibraltar. My bad.
Yeah.
That was with me. Yep.
Yeah, we were together last week.
I'm sorry. You're right.
No problem.
Turn left, heading 090.
090.
I have the Logitech Master 2S, the MX Master 2S. I can just swing my scroll wheel and it will stop. It will continue scrolling until I stop it.
Oh yeah, I can do that as well.
Yeah.
This is
I should do that.
for final 2 nautical miles.
Oh boy. Okay.
I've overshot.
090. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, you just set 080.
080?
Yep.
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay. What was that?
I don't know, a bad voice, I guess.
This is Team 7. We are shut down everything.
Okay. Yeah, we're almost at Madra. We're 5 nautical miles of Madra.
I think we can start descending now. No?
In a minute. Team 1 to Unicom. We are 5 nautical miles east, 5 nautical miles west of Madra for the initial approach for runway 31 right. Attempt number 3. Yeah, you can set altitude to 3,000.
3,000. And we're descending.
Perfect. We are a little too low according to the constraints, but fuck it. We are 2.5 nautical miles away from Madra.
Yep.
Ichigo bike is clear of the runway.
Ichigo, you should hold short before runway 31 right.
Turn left, heading 000.
This is Yoda coming in for final.
Heading 0.
1 nautical mile away.
Ichigo bike holding short for incoming traffic.
Thank you.
I am always gonna overshoot.
Yeah.
Well, I have mapped to the controller. I could use that.
All right, I've activated the approach fix.
Okay.
We are at a heading of 000. We made a perfect turn. Setting approach mode on. Turning autopilot is on. Perfect.
Yep.
Could you set altitude to 2,000?
Yep. 2,000.
Attempt 3. There we go. Okay, flaps 1.
3rd time's the charm. Flaps 1. Nope. Yep. No.
Perfect.
Ichigo bike crossing runway 31 right.
Flaps 2.
Flaps 2.
Come on, descend. That's descending way too slow.
Yeah.
There we go.
This is Yoda Team 4, clearing runway.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Start making a left turn.
2,500.
So at MS, we should be at 2,000. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can check the diamonds on the PFD.
Yeah.
All right. Flaps 3.
Flaps 3.
Ground spoilers armed.
Are armed.
Just gonna wait until we get a fix on the localizer on the approach.
Okay.
All right, it's coming alive.
Yep.
flaps full.
Flaps full.
Landing checklist. Team 1 to
speed
Unicom. We are on a final for runway 31 right. Auto throttle.
Team 1.
Speed off.
Speed
or off?
Team 1, this is Larside Tower. We have you in sight established. You're clear to land runway 31
cabin.
right. The runway is clear.
Team 1 clear to land runway 31 right. ECAM memo.
All blue?
Anti-ice.
Sorry. Is good.
1,000 foot, stable.
Agree.
At
Gear
500
RE
feet
down.
above, I'm going to turn off the autopilot.
Runway is clear for me.
Yep, clear for me. Disengaging autopilot. I have control.
Team 2 to Unicom, we're going to head back up to the lounge. So when everyone's done, if you want to just head up there and yeah.
Minimums,
have a
continue.
debrief.
See you there soon.
Continue.
Cool, sounds good.
Throttle idle. Come on, set her down.
10, 5.
Yep, reverse screen. Manual brake. Throttle idle.
Idle.
40 knots, turning right. All right, clean up.
Okay. Landing lights. Come on. Are off. Strokes auto. Lights is required. Anti-ice is okay. APU.
Yep.
Start. Flight director and landing systems are off. Weather radar. Where's weather radar again? Down by the speed
Yep,
brake, right?
yes, bottom left. Yep.
It's not the PWS, right?
That's predictive wind shear. You have to turn that off as well.
And the
It's to the left. Weather radar is to the left. That's a rotating knob.
oh, okay. I think I saw it. Yep. Is that off?
I don't know.
It's a weird knob. I don't know.
Yeah, it's off.
Predictive wind shear is off. Ground spoilers disarmed. You can check. What is read WS off? Oh, that's the wind shear. That's okay. And engine mode normal. That's good. Flaps retract. TCAS mode as required. Standby.
Is the left gate clear? This one on the left? Is it clear?
For me it is, yeah.
Alright. I thought it was clear, but everyone disappeared, so.
Transponder is off.
Yeah, can you turn off the taxi lights?
Yep.
And turn on the APU.
APU off.
Okay, turn it on.
It's on.
The bleed as well.
Nope.
Parking brake
APU
set.
is... yeah. What?
Alright.
Okay.
APU is on, and we have external power. I'm going to turn on the external power here. We no longer need the APU. Turn that off again. Parking brake is set. Engine 2 is off. Engine 1 is off.
Anti-ice is off.
Oh, hold on.
And that's it.
Seatbelts can come off. Beacon can... oh, strobe should be off already. Beacon can come off. Fuel on board. My fuel on board is 4440.
Yes, same for me. 4440.
Alright, parking checklist. You can continue your flows and we can do the checklist.
Slides. Where are the slides?
Slides disarmed. If you check the doors page, you can see that the slides are disarmed right now.
Okay.
Yep, they're showing white.
Oh yeah. All right. Chrono stop.
Yep. 1 hour 17 minutes.
Yep.
This afternoon I did it in 1 hour and 9 minutes, so not that bad.
Well, we did 3 go rounds, so I think.
Yeah, we had 8 minutes delay then, according to.
Yeah. Not too bad.
Nope. Transponder can be set to
User disconnected
off.
from your channel.
It's off. That's perfect. Fuel pumps can come off as well.
Disconnected from your channel.
Okay. Fuel pumps are going off.
APU is off as well. All right. Radar and PW. Oh, you call them out. Do you?
Parking checklist?
No, I call them out. Radar and PWS
are off.
See engines.
I think they're still on.
No, they're off.
Are they?
They're off on my side. They're down, and if you look at the operating cam, they say 00.
Did you turn them off?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're off. Okay.
Seatbelts.
Are off.
Brake temperature. You have to click the wheel page on the ecam. Wheel. They're all on the green.
Green.
All right. External lights. Only be nav and logo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuel pumps
Fuel
are
pumps
off.
are off. Adairs. You normally leave them on if you do a turnaround. APU.
What's ADIRS again?
The ADIRS is the navigational information.
Oh, that's on the top left.
Yep.
Yeah.
APU is
okay,
off.
APU.
Parking brake is set.
All right.
So that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well done, guys. I followed that through. Something weird happened to me though. I'm still frozen above the sea somewhere. If you look at my, I'm actually sharing my screen at the moment. So it's weird because the game froze, but I can still see everything in the cockpit happening. So.
Oh really?
Not sure what happened there. Yeah,
okay.
Weird, but anyway, yeah.
Let's
Thank
meet up
you.
in the lounge. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Unless there's extenuating circumstances, because if you're the PF, you generally keep control of the whole flight. But yeah, but you made it. That's good.
Stopping the